Well, in this video we are going to talk about how to change a positive sentence into a negative sentence. Well, in English, in the previous video we have discussed about the structure that we see in here. So if you haven't watched the previous video, please watch it so that you can understand it clearly. Now, the principle for negative sentence is we just need to add not after the first auxiliary. What is auxiliary actually? In my words, auxiliary is a part of a verb, but then it helps the main verb to change into a particular sentence. Uh, for example, here the auxiliary are have, has, and had, and this to be and will. So, for example, this to be help the main verb change into continuous tense, and this have or has or had help the main verb, the verb 3, change into a perfect tense, and so does also will change this verb into future tense gitu. Jadi auxiliary itu adalah kata kerja, bagian dari kata kerja yang membantu kata kerjanya berubah menjadi tenses tertentu gitu. Alright, let's start with simple past and simple present first. If you see here, we cannot see any auxiliary. There is no will, to be, or have, has, had. So it means we need to add auxiliary first here. The auxiliary that we need to add are do, does, or did, right? For simple tense. But then here we need verb 2 for simple past. So from these verb auxiliaries, the verb 2 is did. So we need to use did to make it into a negative sentence. So I did, and then add not. So it becomes I did not study. And then this study not change from study to study becomes verb 1 or the base form because the verb 2 has been replaced by did. Jadi verb 2-nya sudah diwakili oleh did sehingga study-nya kembali ke bentuk kata dasar. And then for simple present, because we need verb 1 in these tenses, so we can use do or does for the auxiliary. Do for I, you, they, or we, and does for he, she, or it. So it depends on the subject, tergantung subjeknya. For example, here I study, it becomes I do, and then add not after the auxiliary do. I do not study. Alright. For the rest of the tenses, it's very easy. We just need to add not because they already have auxiliary here. So I will study, we just need to add not after auxiliary will. It becomes I will not study. I was studying, we add not after to be, so it becomes I was not studying. And I am studying, here the auxiliary is am, so that we need to add not after I am not studying. And for this sentence there are two auxiliary, will and be. As I have mentioned before, we need to add not after the first auxiliary, so it will be I will not be studying, not I will be not, but it comes after the first auxiliary, I will not be studying. On the next sentence, I had studied, the auxiliary is had, so we just need to add not after had. I had not studied, or he had not studied. And I have studied, we just add not after have. I have not studied, or he has not studied. And I will have studied, there are two auxiliary here, will and have, so we just need to add not after the first auxiliary. I will not have studied, or he will not have studied. Alright, for the next sentence, I had been studying, it becomes I had not been studying, or she had not been studying. And I have been studying, not will come after have. I have not been studying, or she has not been studying. And for the last sentence, I will have been studying becomes she or I will not have been studying. Alright, I repeat the explanation here. For the negative sentence, we just need to add not after the first auxiliary. Here are the auxiliary, to be, have, has, had, and will. And for the simple past and simple present, because there are no auxiliaries in the positive sentence, so that we need to add do, does, or did depending on the tenses. Verb 2 for simple past, verb 1 for present tense. Alright, now we are going to see how to make an interrogative sentence in the next video.